The diplomatic chamber hummed with tension as Ambassador Krill reviewed Earth's application for membership in the Galactic Council. The humans sat quietly across the massive holographic display, their small delegation overshadowed by the towering Vren representatives who had been pressing for Earth's admission. "Your application includes specifications for a single test vessel," Krill said, his four eyes narrowing. "The Serenity. Please explain why we should be impressed by this craft." Captain James Walker stepped forward, his weathered face calm, but determined. "The Serenity represents our current technological achievements. She's armed with kinetic weapons, basic shields, and sublight propulsion only. We're still working on faster-than-light travel." A ripple of amusement passed through the alien delegates. The Korth representative, a mantis-like being named Thrix, clicked his mandibles derisively. "Kinetic weapons in this age? The Vren assure us you are worthy, but I see only primitives playing with guns and crude metal." "The Serenity will prove herself," James replied evenly. Krill's secondary arms gestured dismissively. "Very well. Your ship will participate in the standard evaluation exercise. Report to the Nexus system in 3 cycles. Dismissed." 3 days later, the USS Serenity dropped out of warp at the edge of the Nexus system. James surveyed his bridge crew while studying the massive dreadnought that materialized before them. The Dominion warship Devastator dwarfed their vessel by a factor of 10. "Sir," reported Lieutenant Tom Chen at sensors, "the enemy vessel is hailing us. They say the exercise parameters are simple. Last ship flying wins." "Very well. All hands, to battle stations." The Devastator opened fire immediately, plasma beams slicing through space where the Serenity had been milliseconds before. James gripped his captain's chair as his ship spun away from the barrage. "Evasive pattern Delta. Engineering, I need everything you can give me." "Aye, sir," Chief Engineer Maria Rodriguez responded from below. "Pushing the drives to 110%. The Serenity zigzagged through the void, dodging blast after blast. The alien dreadnought was powerful but ponderous, its massive guns struggling to track the nimble human ship. "Weapons. Status on those kinetic railguns," James called out. "Locked. And loaded, sir," confirmed Weapons Officer David Park. "Orders? Wait for my mark. Helm. Bring us around for an attack run." The Serenity banked hard, accelerating toward its massive opponent. Plasma arrays tracked its movement, converging on the small craft. At the last second, James gave the order. "Hard to port. Fire all weapons." The railguns thundered, propelling metal slugs at a significant fraction of light speed. 6 projectiles slammed into the Devastator's forward shield generators. The first 3 dispersed harmlessly against the energy barrier. The 4th and 5th struck the same point, causing the shields to flare and weaken. The 6th punched through. The tungsten slug, traveling at 0.3 C, struck the dreadnought's primary reactor housing. What followed was not the contained explosion the Dominion had designed for, but a catastrophic chain reaction. The reactor breach created an electromagnetic pulse that disabled the ship's safety systems. Plasma conduits overloaded. Secondary explosions rippled through the massive vessel. "Sensors show complete power loss on the enemy ship," Tom reported, disbelief evident in his voice. They're just floating there. "This isn't possible," came the stunned voice of Admiral Drake over the comm system. "That ship was rated to withstand planet-killer weapons." Before James could respond, proximity alarms blared throughout the bridge. "Contacts. Multiple contacts. Dropping out of warp," Tom shouted. It's an entire battle group. 12 ships, all Dominion class." Rear Admiral Drake, observing from the space station, frantically opened communications. "This is Admiral Drake. The exercise was for 1 ship only. Stand down immediately." The lead Dominion warship ignored the hail. "Humans," came the cold response. "Your deception has been exposed. 1 strike could not have disabled our dreadnought. You have technology you are hiding. Prepare to be destroyed." James felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. Behind them, the observation station held hundreds of diplomats and dignitaries, including those who had sponsored Earth's application. They had 1 ship against 12 heavy cruisers. "Tom, full scan. Give me everything on those ships. Standard. Dominion configuration, sir. Plasma arrays, quantum torpedoes, and gravitic shields. Combined firepower exceeds anything we've seen before. James closed his eyes, thinking through their options. The Serenity couldn't outrun 12 ships, and their FTL drive was still damaged from the evasive maneuvers. Fighting was suicide. Then he remembered something from the Devastator's schematics. Tom, those Dominion ships, they all use the same reactor design, don't they? Yes, sir, standardized across their fleet. A dangerous smile crossed James's face. Maria, I need you to recalibrate our railguns. Target the reactor signatures, but here's the key. We're going to spread our shots across all 12 ships simultaneously. Sir, our targeting computers can't handle that many separate target locks. We're not targeting, James replied. We're creating a firing pattern. Weapons, prepare to fire all guns in sequence. Engineering, overclock the railguns to maximum capacity. The enemy battle group began their attack run, plasma weapons charging to full power. The Serenity seemed like a cornered animal, alone and outmatched. All ships fire at will, commanded the Dominion Admiral. Execute firing pattern, James ordered. The railguns spoke one after another in rapid succession. Slugs launched at varying angles, creating an expanding cone of projectiles. The Dominion ships, in their standard attack formation, flew directly into the spread. Each slug was aimed not at the ship's centers but at precise points along their flight paths. The mathematics was brutal. With identical reactor designs, identical shield configurations, and predictable movement patterns, the human gunners had created a perfect geometric solution. The first impact came at the flagship. A slug pierced its shields at the exact angle they had calculated. It struck the reactor containment field, creating the same catastrophic failure they had achieved before. But this time, they had done their homework. As each reactor breached, it created an EMP wave that interfered with the shields of neighboring ships. The expanding cloud of electromagnetic energy created a cascade effect. Within seconds, all 12 Dominion ships were adrift, their reactors catastrophically failing from the precisely targeted attacks. The observation station fell silent. Through the viewports, diplomats watched 12 of the galaxy's most feared warships spinning helplessly in space, their engines dead and systems failing. Cease fire, James ordered quietly. Damage report? Minor hull damage from plasma splash. Sir, all systems operational. Admiral Drake's face appeared on the main screen, pale with shock. Captain Walker, what did you just do? We studied the enemy, sir. Their standardization made them predictable. Their confidence made them vulnerable. We didn't need superior technology. We needed to understand theirs better than they did. Krill's image flickered to life beside Drake's. The evaluation is complete. Earth has demonstrated tactical innovation, rapid adaptation, and most importantly, the ability to defeat overwhelming opposition through intelligence rather than raw power. The Korth representative, Thrix, clicked his mandibles thoughtfully. Perhaps we underestimated these humans. Their kinetic weapons may be primitive, but their application is elegant. The Galactic Council will consider Earth's application favorably, Krill continued, and we will treat future applications with more respect. Your species has proven themselves worthy. As the Serenity limped back toward the space station, James reflected on the irony. They had been dismissed as inadequate, yet had just demonstrated why underestimating any species was dangerous. Earth's weapons might be primitive by galactic standards, but their understanding of physics, their tactical thinking, and their refusal to be intimidated had changed the equation entirely. Word spread quickly through the galaxy. The humans, considered barely spaceworthy, had not only defeated one dreadnought but an entire battle group using nothing but kinetic weapons and clever targeting. The story became legend, how Earth's first real venture into galactic politics had started with dismissal and ended with victory. The Serenity, limping but victorious, had proven that intelligence and determination could overcome technological advantage. And in the diplomatic chambers of a dozen worlds, a new phrase entered, common usage. Never assume primitives can't think.